Alright, so a video on Heroes early game. So we now have the ability to purchase Carly, and we can get DVA. They are both really good helicopter heroes for your helicopter squad. This is more for hero skills and equipment and stuff, so I'm gonna go over that more than the new people. So skills, Murphy, you're gonna want to do all of his skills. The first one is just his basic attack. I wouldn't worry about that one right away. I would do his ability, which boosts the physical damage reduction for the front row by 23%. So pretty much any physical damage, which would be his damage type, it'll tell you right here if it's physical or if it's energy damage. Okay, so I would worry about that skill and this one because it reduces all damage taken in battle by 11% for the front row units. And this will stack up as you get him more stars. Those are the most two important for Murphy. His basic attack is not as important because he is more supposed to be taking the damage than he is supposed to be doing damage to other heroes. Kim, you're going to want to do all of hers because she is your DPS. So she does her basic attack, fires the rocket. This one, it will fire 8 rockets, and you can increase it by 4 at 2 stars, and then an additional 4 at 4 stars. And then this just boosts her overall energy damage. You do want to get her up to 4 stars if you can at all possibly do that, because it increases all stats by 20% and reduces her cooldown by 10%. Now, Carly will be the same thing as Murphy because, again, she is a tank. Her ability is actually a debuff, which will reduce the target's damage output by 4%, and she will also deal damage. And then she will increase the energy damage. It just increases her damage for that one. So her big one is definitely going to be her tactical one. DVA will be all of them. She actually attacks all enemies on the field, so that is the front and back row. And then this increases her critical rate, so she has a better chance of dealing critical damage. Again, 4 stars, you get that buff. Now, when it comes to your purple heroes, you want to be a little more picky with this. With my Monica, I do the passive on her and send her to go kill the Doom Elites because she will give me a percentage of resource gained bonus, which I will show you when I am done going through all the heroes. This is her base attack for two enemies. You definitely want to get that up to at least 100%, so she's dealing basic damage on that. And then this one is her abilities, which just increases her damage to monsters for 12%, and that lasts 7 seconds. And that is everybody dealing that 12% damage to the monsters that she attacks for that 7 seconds by 12%. Violet, she's a bit different because the way she does her damage, I would do her actual attack and her ability. She's really good at kind of shredding enemies, and she will also reduce the damage that that the defending heroes, so like the enemy heroes, when she hits them, they deal 6% less damage. Her passive ability I don't worry about as much because it only reduces the damage she takes by monsters, which are the zombies in the game. Mason, I have not really upgraded a whole lot on his. I've been putting them into the other one. His passive is also for damage versus monsters and zombies in battle, so he's good for like doing the event or the road around your HQ. So if you're having problems getting around your HQ, he's a good one to use and get him up. If you're wondering what's good to spend money on, your warrior battle passes are always a good one. They give you a lot of shards for those heroes. And it's a good bang for your buck. You get a lot of resources, XP buffs, diamonds and stuff. You get other shards for other heroes, which you'll get either way. You get your Mason shards from this just by default, but if you pay for it, you'll get a bunch of recruiting tickets, and you will get the Carly shards. And then as you get them up, you'll be able to get the elite pilot rewards. You can use your lucky spin to get DVA. If you have diamonds to spend, you can use 500 of them to roll it out. I'd say always keep a minimum of 3,000 diamonds. Oh, excuse me. Every video, it never fails. Squad setups, you have your shield / guardian / tank hero class. Okay, those are the ones with the shields. Everybody else goes in the back row. Your DPS will have explosives, and your supports will have the little cross being the support class, aka support / medic. Back to hero page. So I was at... Whoops. Alright, so I was at Mason. We'll go back to the skills. I don't use him. He does not get a whole lot of shards at the end of the day, so I don't really see the point in ever leveling him up or trying to star him up. I am actually saving all of his shards, well, now I will be, for when the Alliance first starts. That's when I'll start upgrading all the other people with the shards that I've collected from them later on, to help get verse points. So his is just his passive boosts him, and he fires 4 missiles to random enemies, and then just his basic attack. Sarah, she's a pretty decent tank, if it's right. Sarah? Yeah. No, not Sarah. Scarlet. That's the one I'm thinking of. Sarah's the support helicopter. She's good to throw in your helicopter squad. She'll deal her damage to a single target for her basic attack, and then her ability, her actual ability will buff dealing damage against monsters for the 3 back row, which will be all your DPS units. And then she also reduces the damage that she receives by monsters in battle. She's one that I would replace when new helicopters come out. I wouldn't necessarily upgrade her a whole lot, as she is only good for monster buffs. Sarah, she does a flamethrower attack for her basic attack, which is pretty good. She also reduces damage by monsters, and she boosts this hero's defense in battle as her passive when she gets it to max level. Again, she is very monster based as well, because her ability is only for monsters. Cage, I really never used him much, but boosts the front row defense, but it does not stack. Cage is a helicopter. He is a good tank line for your second squad to add with DVA and Carly. His passive just reduces the damage taken from zombies in battle, and then obviously he has his basic attack. Does Cage do it? No, it's the other one. No, it's Maxwell. Maxwell's kind of cool. He has a special ability within his ability. He will actually stun the target that he attacks when he gets to 2 stars at a 50%. When you get him to 4, he is guaranteed to stun the target for 1 second, so it pretty much buys you 1 second where one random enemy can't be attacking you. And then again, his passive just boosts damage to monsters in battle. I would, again, not worry about this as much. So the monster abilities are pretty much the ones that you don't want to do. I'm not going to go through every single one. You guys can go through and read everybody's abilities and what, like this. She's all monster base. Again, reduces hero damage taken from monsters. So they all have a lot of the purple. Every purple hero has something to do with attacking monsters or defending from monsters. All of your ultra rare are your PvP heroes that are meant to take and receive damage from actual heroes. So if you're trying to do PvP stuff, you're going to want your ultra rare heroes up higher than your purple heroes, because your purple heroes will be replaced when new ultra rares come out. Again, your squads, your first one should be your tanks, your second one will be your helicopters, and then your third one, if you have the third one currently, will end up being your missiles. Later on, you will get your third one down here. If you don't, at HQ 20, you'll have 3. If you buy the monthly pass, you'll have a total of 4. I would, at that point, use my 4th squad, a strict monster squad in a way, where all of my purple people would be in there to gain as much resources from attacking Doom Elites as I could. Now with the Monica resource buff, so typically I would only get 121,000 resources from bread and iron from killing one of these dudes. But if I send my squad out, which I've already, I don't have one in there, so we'll wait a second. I'll actually let this rally run through for you guys real quick. Make sure I'm not waiting a long time for anyone to join me. I'll actually show you guys something later game. Go to my level 28. And what I mean by people will be replaced is right now we only have these 4 right here. We are soon going to be getting Tesla, Marshall. Marshall's a buffer. He increases the damage output of all team members. Stetman's a really nasty one for your tank line. Swift's really nice for your missile line because he actually targets the player or the hero with the lowest percentage of HP remaining. So he will attack whoever is about to die to help finish them off. And then there's all these dudes down here still. I definitely recommend William when he comes out. He will be an absolute godsend in your tank squad because he completely boosts your defense of your front row by 50% and then also reduces all damage taken in battle for that hero by 30. Oh, excuse me. So with that 30% on top of the front row percentage with Murphy, you can get, I think it's like 40 to 50% damage reduction for your front row tank heroes. And that's just straight all damage that is not like energy or physical damage. So again, new heroes are always coming out. These are all the ones that I have available. Most of these I have to still pay for. But if I go to recruit, you click on this little thingy up here and it will show you all of the ones that are currently available in recruiting tickets. Purple heroes never change. They're always going to be the same. So they'll always end up getting stuff for them. So that's just a quick later game thing. But yes, all heroes that you pay for are always going to be available later game for you to be able to use to pull out on hero tickets randomly. Or not, obviously it's not guaranteed, it's just a random, you're guaranteed one. Oh crap, I wasn't supposed to collect that. But if you saw there was a little green thing, a green number on there, that is the bonus for what she gets on the resource gained. I think I get, what is it, almost 200k on my Doom Elite rallies with the buff from Monica right now. I'm actually saving all of my stuff, my skill shards, for when I get Murphy up to 4. Because once he's up to 4 stars, he actually gives his damage reduction buff to your entire squad. So 4 stars is definitely what you want to shoot for on your heroes. That's when they will get a big jump in power. Your equipment, don't upgrade your purple stuff, only upgrade your legendary. When these get to 40, there is an additional set of levels, so you can get like what I'll call the master legendary, and then the mythic, which is after it. That'll come a little bit later. I guess I can put that in here now. So here we go. So it's 189 resources instead of the default 121. So it definitely adds up a lot. It's an easy way to get extra stuff to help you with. For base building, I can actually show you the equipment real quick in the gear. So once you get it to level 40, it'll look like this, and you can promote. There are 4 promotions to gain the next shard in the set. They do require the ceramics and a crap ton of upgrade shards, and also a crap ton of coin. Later game, coin becomes super easy to have. I have an absolute umpteen fuck ton of coin chests here that I don't use half the time because my research takes me a couple of days to get through. And don't feel bad about how much crap you have to use, because it only gets worse from here. Just a little heads up of what's to come. So that is the gear upgrading late game. And you can get a lot of damage bonuses on your heroes by getting their legendary gear to 40. And that's how you play in multiple servers, by the way, if you were ever wondering how me and Poppy were doing it. I didn't quite want this to be a 20-minute video, but it ended up being a 20-minute video anyways. But yeah, that's pretty much your hero breakdown. Again, I would kind of use this setup in the beginning as Monica and Mason both have events, and Violet has her Alliance Store shards, which you can get 30 every day, or every week, I'm sorry, and that resets in 2 days. If you have extras after you buy your building speed ups, oh, excuse me, I burped again. Your training speed ups and your research speed ups, I wouldn't worry as much about the healing. Definitely get the survivor tickets. Those are really helpful later, especially once you get the Alliance Center heroes. Because as you get the legendary ones, you can get some really nasty bonuses to your help received and your help received time. So I can have 25 helpers at 9 minutes, pretty much 10 minutes. Because if you also add, your Alliance tech to it for your great helper time, the 121 seconds, plus my 9 minutes on here. I think in this server I can get about 5 hours worth of help total from all 25 help base, just to help heal units faster during war. So that is my new hero video for you guys in 774. So you guys have an idea of what to kind of look forward to, and also to kind of plan for the future. Because a lot of this is saving stuff for later and not blowing it all on heroes that you're probably never going to really use, in a sense, because a lot of your purple people end up getting replaced anyways. Which is why my purple squad is kind of super pathetic right now. If you do want to upgrade your heroes, only upgrade your second squad to about 50, because at 50 there is a huge experience jump. I'll upgrade him because I know the next tank hero doesn't come out for a while. So right now we're only at a couple of K, which isn't bad. But once you get up to 40, there's 71K. And then at around 50, yeah, it's up to 300K now. And then at 60, where's one of my 60s? At level 60, you start getting into the millions. And then at 70, you're still up in that, a couple of million points. But once you hit 80, you're up to like 13 million EXP to upgrade heroes. So if you do want to have a decent second line, I'd say go to about 50 or 60 just to kind of hit that first wall for them. But after that, I wouldn't push the purple dudes super far unless you're actually planning on using them for a while. Which is the only reason why these guys are up that high, because they're really easy to get stuff for, and they are definitely going to be your first 5-star heroes.